Welcome back to another episode of NFT Catcher Podcast. We'd like to remind everybody that nothing on the show is meant as financial advice, and to please do your own research. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Now the subject is NFTs.
They're known as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs.
NFTs are exploding in popularity.
This is a technology that will forever change the way people interact.
So it is happening whether you understand it and like it or not.
This phenomenon is moving. The digital.
You have now joined Jenny from the blockchain and Michael Keene on the NFT Catcher Podcast.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the NFT Catcher Podcast with me, Jenny from the blockchain, and my co-host here, Michael Keene. Michael, how are you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing great. First of all, we should wish our listeners a happy holidays.
For sure.
Yes, happy holidays to everybody listening. I actually just finished doing an epic live stream on my YouTube channel, my Top Shot YouTube channel, Jennifer Top Shot, which I haven't gone live in like 2 months. And I basically got a bunch of like whales, like a bunch of like Top Shot collectors that have like been in the game for a long time and have a ton of moments to spare. I got them to donate some moments, and I actually got 30 people to donate moments, $4,000 value total. And I just finished like giving away like a ton of moments, all donated to me by other Top Shot collectors. And it was super fun. And then Luke from Top Shot gave me 10 packs to give away as well. So yeah, I just finished an epic 2-hour live stream, just giving back to the community.
That's really fun. Yeah. Andy said you gave away a Ben Simmons moment that he was going to try and angle for.
And that's one rare. Yeah. $400.
Yeah. Wow.
$400 value.
Nice. Nice. I actually, as Andy and I were talking before you hopped on, I was looking at the Allen Iverson moments. There's 2 now. And they've still even inched down a little bit at like one is like 0.32 and the other one is like 0.05. So I'm gonna get both of those before long. I know I said a long time ago, but I just been watching it, and I'm gonna try and get it at the bottom. Allen Iverson is my favorite player of all time, so I'm gonna get his. Yeah.
Yes.
And they what did they do? They gave rebates this week, like 5%.
Yes. So they did. No, it wasn't. Well, kind of. So basically they did, it's called like Top Shot Giftback. They gifted back. Basically it was, I'm going to pull up the tweet real quick that said how many people got gift backs and stuff. But essentially it was, your net marketplace spend, 5% of your net marketplace spend. And so 194,000 collectors got gifted back, 13.4 million total in Dapper. Basically Dapper balance, where you have to buy moments with it. You can't withdraw it or anything. You have to buy moments with it. So that's really good. Yeah. I personally did not get anything back because I have a negative net marketplace spend, which, basically means I made money on Top Shot. And then, so 286,000 collectors had a negative net marketplace spend. 201,000 collectors had a 0 net marketplace spend. So shout out to 194,000 collectors that got money. And, that's really exciting.
So what are they saying? I lost $3,000 because I got $150 back.
So it's basically your... Well, so it says it's the net marketplace spend is the amount of all marketplace purchases minus the amount of all marketplace sales.
Okay.
So yeah. So I guess right. But it also doesn't account. It doesn't take packs into account, because it's like for me.
Oh, and you don't open your packs, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I've bought a lot of packs, and I haven't even withdrawn all of my initial investment. So technically I haven't even like profited, because it's all my money's like tied up in packs and moments. But the way they did it, it was like, okay. But yeah, I mean, I was just gonna honestly like buy moments for people with whatever I got and just give it back. But but anyway, shout out to everyone who got money. But I think we should start off with somebody had added us on Twitter. They tweeted at us and they said they were curious to hear our origin story. And I gave kind of a brief little summary, but I figured, for our listeners that are listening in, I mean, we've said in the past, like we've met at a couple events. Like we've really only hung out in person for probably a total of like 5 minutes.
Yep.
So, and people want to know like how did we, decide to start a podcast together and everything?
Yeah. You want me to read the message that I sent to you on Twitter?
Yes.
This was July 11th. And I wrote, "Hi, Jennifer, Michael Keene here with NFTcatcher.io. I noticed yesterday you mentioned the possibility of hosting an NFT podcast in addition to your Top Shot pod, which is not actually a podcast. You're telling me it was a YouTube channel.
But
yeah, for sure. So I said, I too have been getting ready to start a podcast under the NFT Catcher brand. However, I'd like to throw my hat in the ring to be a possible co-host with you and combine forces, or at the very least a guest. I know we don't know each other than a couple Twitter comments, but maybe if we got on a call sometime early this week, we can see if it clicks. No hard feelings either way. Just wanted to throw it out there. I'm on top of every project that drops, study the data to see what works and doesn't. And people seem to like the perspective I provide coming from the ticket broker world. Thank you for your time."
And I said, "Ooh, that sounds fun. Yeah, let's set up a call and talk sometime tomorrow. I'm in EDT time zone. Sometime after 3 would work best for me."
Yeah.
So you know what?
21 episodes later,
here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
For sure.
So yeah, I think it was just like perfect because it was like I had tweeted out saying, "Oh, I want to start a podcast," and then you were like, "Well, I actually been wanting to start one too." And we, we both followed each other anyway, so we kind of knew about each other, and it just worked out. It just lined up perfectly, to be honest. And I think I feel like we've really like developed well over the past 21 episodes. I feel like it would be cringe to like listen back to like the first one or something, but that would also kind of be cool to like listen back to like the very first one. But yeah, that's our origin story for you folks.
Yeah, no, it's been great. It's been an absolute pleasure. We're coming toward the end of 2021 and we have some cool stuff planned, and I love doing this podcast, and it's cool. We do it every week, and it's good stuff. I appreciate you and the fact that you took the leap when I said that. So it was really cool.
Yeah. And you had been doing clubhouses, so it's like you had a lot of experience with that. That's
kind of how I got my voice, I guess. I was on Clubhouse almost every night, and then I started hosting rooms, and they started getting pretty big, and we had really good crowds in there. And I brought, like, at that point, earlier in the year, I was just constantly flipping, buying and selling because there were so many good projects. It was like strike while the iron's hot. So I was just always buying and selling, telling people what I was doing, why I was doing it, and, to make money, obviously. And that's kind of, I felt like I just wanted to keep talking and be out there. And here we are, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think at the time you had maybe like 10,000 followers, and I probably had like 2,500. And I think now you're like almost 30,000 or something. Are you
do I 26?
26. Yeah, you're getting there. I'm at almost 8,000, which I'm very proud of.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, I had 100 followers in May, so That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's crazy how you can really easily grow a following in the NFT space, like on Twitter, because like Twitter is like the main social media platform, for NFTs, and it's like, I just made my Twitter account January 2021, and it's like I literally made it just to follow Top Shot and Roham. I wasn't even gonna be tweeting, and then I started my Top Shot YouTube channel, and I was like, well, I should probably tweet out my videos, and so then I just started tweeting my videos. And then I was like, I might as well start, tweeting about Top Shot too. And I started tweeting about Top Shot, and it was really just me tweeting about Top Shot for months. And then I eventually branched out to other NFTs, and thankfully so. And now I'm like into all types of NFTs besides Top Shot, but I was very much like a Top Shot maxi. It was like, but that's my roots. So, and a lot of people know me from Top Shot too. So yeah.
That's cool that you're heading back there a little bit, and they're doing so well, and now the NFL stuff going and all that. That's
Oh
cool
my
you
God.
did-
I just got NFL all day access.
you and Andy both have it, and I don't have it. I'm not
Hey,
happy.
can you just be happy for us? Can you just be happy for us?
No, I can't. No, I can't.
I'm so excited. Like
That's
I
all.
just
No,
got
that's
this
really
kid.
awesome. I am happy.
You're like, no, yeah, please tell me more.
I'm
about how you're
jealous. I'm
excited."
jealous happy. I'm jealous happy.
Fair.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm gonna save some moments to give away eventually when that's a thing. So
Yeah.
but yeah.
So cool.
All right, what
so
should we
cool.
jump into? What should we jump
Well,
into first?
let's talk about like the Adidas and the Nike stuff. So first off, we'll talk about the Adidas drop. Did you happen to participate in that?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, the first 20,000 were for apes, mutants, anybody that has anything in the Pixel Vault ecosystem, and I think like G Money Pro app holders, which I don't even know what that was, but that was also included. So those people kind of had all day to mint. They were 0.2, and with gas, I think I paid like 0.43 for two of them. You were allowed to mint two and only one transaction. And then they went on sale to the general public with like 9,000 more. And that went instantly. And then it went up. It went up. It was like 0.5, 0.6 for a while, like in the high 0.5s. I think now it's like 0.82, 0.83. I actually sold one of mine for 0.58, and they take 10%. So I got a little over 0.5 for the one of them. I paid 0.43. So I got one for free pretty much and made a couple $100. You know,
Nice.
I sold it a little cheap, like I do everything, but you know, it's
Hey, that's that flipper life.
yeah, I know it is. But I was cool. It's nice. So I have one now. It's like every one of them's the same. It's a ERC. What is it? 1022. What do they call?
1155.
Yeah, the one where they're all the same.
Yeah,
And they're just like layered on top of each other.
1155.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Sorry. But it's cool. It's like spins, and it shows one of the Pixel Vault characters. It shows a Bored Ape, and it has G Money, his like Gorilla Punk, I guess, with the orange skull cap.
Yeah, and apparently you get as far as what do you get besides the NFT?
Yep.
You get like this like Adidas highlighter track suit, jumpsuit or whatever. You get an orange beanie, and then you get like a hoodie.
Yeah, I'm gonna be rocking that stuff out.
Dude, it's so funny because people like on Twitter like, y'all paid thousands of dollars for clothes. And it's just funny because it's like if you really think about it, it's like, wait, you literally are just paying thousands of dollars for these clothes. And does anybody even wear like these type of clothes anyway? Who knows? But I'm excited to see everyone rocking their Adidas tracksuit in Vegas.
I do. It is a crazy conundrum there, but there's going to be like, so now you're like, if you hold one of these, you kind of have the original Adidas membership, and there's probably going to be more stuff to it, like especially with the Pixel Vault and Bored Apes and G Money's like advising them. So I'm sure they're gonna tell them like, you got to do more stuff, to provide value to the community, or people are going to be upset. So like, there's probably gonna be more stuff. It'll be nice over the years. Maybe we'll get different clothes, or at least access to buy them. Maybe ability to mint other NFTs. It's basically, I looked at it as like another dividend basically from the Bored Apes. I mean, I could sell mine for 0.8, which is like, $3,200.
It's still trading at 0.8.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yes, I looked. Let me see.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't participate. I just watched from the sidelines, as I usually do for things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, 10% fee though. That's kind of a lot.
10% fee. Yeah, people were not thrilled about that. They're like, Adidas needs the money, huh? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 10% is a lot, but maybe they're splitting it with like Bored Apes, Pixel Vault.
They must be. Yeah, probably.
Team Money.
Yeah.
It would make sense.
So that happened, and then another piece of massive news. I think this actually happened right before the Adidas drop. Nike bought Artifact, who just did their Clone X drop.
Yes.
Nike literally. And do you remember? It was a bunch of episodes ago. I don't remember if we talked about it here or not, but I was always talking about, like, I gave the fantastical like thing, like what if Disney buys Bored Apes? We did talk about it because if you remember that, I think like the Untamed Elephants got purchased or whatever. So like we started saying,
I thought that the devs rugged the Untamed Elephants.
They
and
did,
then
and then
some buy it.
did
they end up buying
I
it?
think somebody bought it from them.
Did they?
I think that was a while back, but whatever it is, like the point is these projects and these companies are and could be for sale, and they will be.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, well, Disney, and then it came to me even again, like Disney could actually buy 5 Bored Apes and then make their own Bored Ape movie. Right? Yeah. They couldn't call it Bored Apes, but they could call it the crazy ninja apes and have them be like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Right. They could absolutely do that. We're going to see over time some consolidation, some of these big companies coming in and buying these projects for whatever reason.
Yeah. We're definitely going to start to see. And, it's interesting because there were mixed feelings about that, like about the fact that Nike bought Artifact, and there was mixed feelings, and I think it would cause chaos, honestly, if a company bought out the Bored Apes. I don't think the Bored Apes would sell. Yuga Labs. I don't think that they would sell though, because I feel like they've been approached before. Like there's no way they haven't. But I also feel like for Artifact, I also feel like they were probably in talks, like. Maybe they were even in talks when they were creating it. Like, who knows? We don't know if they, started out like, okay, we'll buy you, but only if like these certain things happen or something. Like, who knows what the deal was or like when they decided, on that decision. But you're right. We are going to see more of that. And I think it'll definitely cause a little splash in the community because, we all really like this whole decentralized aspect, but, these centralized companies coming in and buying out these projects, that's going to stir the pot. I think that's going to stir the pot for sure.
Yep. It's inevitable stuff. I mean, I understand people get upset. People were upset with the Adidas thing. Anytime there's a, one of these like in real life brands or celebrities, people aren't thrilled about it. There's all kind, like I picture like what happens if Pixar comes and offers Cloncast, $1 billion for the Cool Cats. Like he very well might have to sell the Cool Cats for $1 billion. It's quite possible. I mean, we're gonna see interesting times. I mean, every company's gonna get in. The banks are gonna start to get in.
Oh my God, I have an alpha leak. I was late. I could not sleep last night. And I technically have an Instagram account, but I literally never used it. And I like deleted everything on there. And it's like my account's private and everything. But for some reason, I felt compelled. I feel like I was meant to find out this information. I went on Instagram. It was like 3 a.m. I was on Instagram for some unknown reason. And for some reason, I felt like I needed to look up Justin Bieber. And I look up Justin Bieber. And guess what? He's coming out with his own NFT project. It's more of a collaboration with this artist. It's like this bear thing. I forget what it's called exactly. I can look it up. But literally, he's dropping his own project. And I'm like, if that is not the ultimate local top signal, I do not know what is. It's okay. The in-betweeners, and they haven't even launched yet. And their Discord has like, I mean, I guess Discords can be rigged. So, there's only 11,000 members in there actually. But yeah, he posted like 3 times on Instagram about it on his page. And so that's kind of interesting. But honestly, we have yet to see a successful celebrity NFT project. Like, name a celebrity NFT project that has done well. Probably the Stoner Cats, if anything. But even that, like the floor is 0.18 and like wasn't it like 0.35 a minute?
Yeah, so I guess it depends on like, what about Bobby Hundreds? Is he a celebrity?
Bobby Hundreds? No, I wouldn't say like a celebrity. Maybe. I don't even know who Bobby Hundreds is, to be honest.
Yeah, I hear you.
Until NFTs. So
yeah. I mean, one of the things on my list is, this isn't really a project, but like Whitney Houston, they released an unreleased song was auctioned off as an NFT, and that sold for $1 million this week.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really?
That was on oneof.com. That the same one where I bought all those Corey Van Loos from iHeartRadio.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah,
How does that work? They buy it and then what? You just like, what do you?
I guess you have, I don't know if they put artwork in front of it, but I guess you have the song and can.
But then what? Like
maybe you can distribute it. I'm not
something?
sure. I didn't look up the details. I should have.
Yeah.
Maybe like I would like. How cool would it be if you have the rights to distribute it? I can't imagine they would allow that, but.
Right. Yeah. How does that?
Yeah.
I guess we should look more into it, but that is
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, but I like that website. They're obviously got a little bit of traction there. If someone's willing to pay $1 million for something on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
They're always dropping some stuff. I've seen a bunch of sellouts. Keeping my eye on it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So we talked about Nike and Adidas and how, all these companies are going to have to do it. Like Coca-Cola's doing it now. So then of course Pepsi's going to do it. And Budweiser's doing it, so of course Miller's going to do it. It's all dominoes.
Pepsi.
Oh, Pepsi did. You're right. The mic drop or whatever. The mic.
They came out with an NFT.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they're all coming out with their own NFTs.
All
of course.
Them. Yeah, they don't even know what they're doing yet. They're just like dropping weird. They're just like Pepsi's like, hey, here's a bunch of microphones. Give us a bunch of money. Like, you got to like build utility. Like, really be thoughtful about it.
Be thoughtful, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I didn't even look at. I don't need to buy one of those. Like,
no, I didn't even look at it either. I'm like, Pepsi. I don't even care about Pepsi.
Yeah, why would I want to? Right, why would I want a Pepsi NFT?
And keep in mind, like, it's like I also am always thinking about like, I'm voting with my dollar. It's like, yes, I have the opportunity to be early on a lot of things. Us in the space, it's like we have the opportunity to be early in so many things. But you also are like voting with your dollar, with whatever you're voting with your ETH, whatever it is you ultimately want. Like, some people are like, yeah, I'm just buying so I can trade it. I don't even believe in it. It's like, okay, I mean, I guess like make your money, but it's like you're still supporting it. Like, just so you know, like, so yeah, that's always interesting to me. I was actually I went in a bunch of Discords a couple of days ago because I don't usually often chat in people's Discords.
Yep.
And I was thinking about that the other day because I was on someone's podcast and they were like asking me about like community. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go in some Discords and chat. So I went in a bunch of Discords that I'm in, that I, projects that I'm a part of. And I just like said hi. And I have to say, the GOATs, I have to shout them out. The GOATs, GOATZ, that have been around for like 5 months now.
Yeah.
They were so freaking friendly. Like, they were so nice. And they were like, oh, like someone was like, I listened to the podcast. Like, that was super cool. So I did want to shout them out and say shout out to them for just being so nice. It's always cool when you like go to chat and then it's like, other people, like if they know who you are or something, like that's pretty cool. Or even if they don't, they're just like super friendly. It's like, that's always nice. I always appreciate that.
Yeah, that is really cool. I should try and do that more. I usually I go in and I look at the announcements when I want to find something out,
Yeah.
Like,
I know, I usually just do that. I usually only look at the announcements and I'm like, you know what? Let me go in general. Just chat it up. Yeah, I did that with Top Shot too. I was like chatting it up a bit. It's fun. It's fun to chat.
Yeah. I actually met a community on Twitter Space that I wasn't familiar with. The Blue Chimps. Do you know the Blue Chimps?
No.
The official Blue Chimps. They're cool. It's only 200 piece project or 266 pieces. It's a real small group, but they're there like helping people and trying to find other projects for their community. They're really cool. And I went into their Discord and chatted for a little bit. It was a nice group of people.
Nice.
Yeah. Figured I'd shout them out since we're talking. Yeah. Because I'm not really in too many Discords, like other than the ones that I'm running, it's hard to move around. And sometimes I'll even say something and then I have 6 computer screens in front of me. So like I'll say something in one Discord and then I'll be like looking at something else and I won't go back to even see if I get responses. It's kind of, I stick up in there. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of really good communities. Community is the name of the game in NFTs. That's what keeps your projects going.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's like when you can connect with other people, like that's just fun. It's like you share common interests, you all have this NFT. And honestly, community is, I know it's such like a buzzword, but it's like that, and we've talked about this before too. That's why like the Bored Apes have done so well. Like it wasn't really even the dev team, they're doing a lot, but the devs, like they can only do so much, It's like the community that's adding value, to their apes. They're creating all these different things, they're building brands and stuff like that. Not just apes, obviously a lot of different people are doing that. It's just recognizing the apes for what they've accomplished. I actually did want to also shout out Scaly Nelson. I know he listens to the podcast, and he is like, I've been following him for a long time. He's a punk owner, and I follow a lot of punk holders. I think it's cool following OGs in the space, to be honest. I'm like a huge fan of like OGs in the space. And he started a podcast called the Looks Rare Podcast with Scaly Nelson, the Busty, basically a bunch of OGs in the space. And like, I think it's really cool to get, a different perspective on things, especially from people that have been around for a while. So just want to shout them out. If y'all, I
gotta check that out. Looks Rare Podcast. Looks Rare
Pod. Oh, that's
cool.
Their Twitter anyway.
Yeah,
Looks Rare Pod. So they just like did their first
out.
episode. Yeah,
cool. I'm always trying to listen.
And he said he was inspired by me actually to start a podcast. Wow. So
amazing.
There we go.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah. There's a bunch of good podcasts out there that I try and keep up on. For sure. And that people have like good guests and all kinds of, good stuff.
Yes, that'll be in our 2022 roadmap. Stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. Okay, one thing I wanted to talk about is Gods Unchained. Remember when I said, they dropped a token and, they were rewarding holders rewarding. See, I'm just used to saying holders. Mm-hmm. They're rewarding players that have been playing since July. And I've been playing for like a year. Basically, just for fun, and they airdropped this token, and finally, just like recently, like a couple days ago, they opened up their forge. So basically, for the ability for you, like you're playing this game, you're gaining experience. It's a strategy card game similar to Hearthstone, and it's a blockchain game, and you gain experience. You unlock these packs. With the packs, there's cards in it, and then you can use them to build your deck. And then you accumulate these cards. And if you get duplicates, you can fuse them together. You can forge them together and mint them as real NFTs that you can then, buy, sell, and trade if you'd like. And so finally, they had the fuse disabled for so long because the Ethereum gas fees were so high. They built their own layer 2 solution, Immutable X, which you guys have probably heard of. And so now you need Flux, which is like their in-game currency that I've basically been accumulating for so long through playing. And you need a little bit of the Gods token as well in order to like forge these cards and mint them as NFTs. So anyway, I had so much fun like yesterday and the day before, just like minting these NFTs. And I'm not even like selling them. I'm just like so excited to just like my in-game assets are like real NFTs on the blockchain, and like I will have them even if I don't decide to leave this game and not play anymore. I will still have them, and I think that's so cool. And that's the future of gaming, really. It's like the ability for you to actually own the in-game items and everything. And so I just wanted to shout out Gods Unchained for that, for finally having that forge ability available. That's awesome. Very exciting for me.
Yeah. And Vivi migrated over to Immutable X this past week or so. Yep. Yeah. Oh, all their NFTs, like 2 million NFTs or whatever it is, they migrated them all over. Yep. So that's really cool. Huge. And you say play to earn gaming, like that is something I'm really trying to have my eye on it. And where's it going to come from? Where's the next huge one? What one is like, what do I, that's EA Sports said it themselves that NFTs are the future of gaming. Like, I mean, it just really, it's like the future of everything, right? Like, it's just like,
yeah.
I'm
No,
just
it's
convinced of it. Yeah.
It's so crazy because it's like
Yeah.
you start to like, and it's funny because there's everything that I do now in the real world. It's like I'm always thinking about, oh, like how can this be incorporated, on the blockchain? And it's like I went to the gym the other day, and I've been kind of slacking, so I haven't gone to the gym in a while. So I went to the gym, and I was like on the Stairmaster, and I was like just looking at the screen where it's just, it's like, oh, here's how many calories you burned or whatever. And I was like, what if there was like a game that I could be playing while I'm working out, earning some type of token, by being on the Stairmaster? I don't know. Like,
or a Poe app that shows your stats. Like if that shows your stats, right? Like you ran 2 miles today and you get a Poe app for it.
Ooh, true. Yeah. You did this many here's your accomplishment. Like, just a little something. That is true. That would be super cool. That would be super cool. And apparently the whole, because I had tweeted about that, and everyone was saying, oh, that was an episode on Black Mirror, I think it was called. But yeah, and then also I know you used to work at Ticketmaster before you got into NFTs.
Well, I didn't work at Ticketmaster. I was a ticket broker.
Okay, ticket broker. Okay.
I used to buy from Ticketmaster, and I used to buy and sell, just like I'm doing now. I would, I like a concert would go on sale. We had a team of people buying tickets, and we would resell them.
Okay, nice. Well, that's why you're so good at trading NFTs.
I did that for 17 years. It actually really did prepare me, because when I came in right away, like I knew how to buy in bulk. I knew how to like sell my worst first, and not be scared to sell, and realize if the market's going up or down, and kind of get a feel for the supply and demand. I felt very lucky coming into this. Tickets, obviously I did it for 17 years. And then, obviously the pandemic, that's probably about the worst industry possible to be in, is the event industry.
Right. Because nobody's going, that's true. Because nobody's leaving their apartments or houses.
So I was really looking for something. And when this came up, it was like, I don't know. It was so perfect.
Dude, it was
perfect timing. It was. I feel like it was.
Wow. That's amazing.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, I was going to say, like, I saw Spider-Man, by the way, which was like really good. And I went to the theaters, and I was also thinking that would be cool if at the end of the movie, you could claim a Poe app or something for like being there. And it could be like, because I have a whole binder, like how you collect cards and you put them in these sleeves. Like I have a binder of like with like ticket stubs in all these sleeves, and just like from like 2005 and everything. And like when I was like 10, I was collecting and so I just think it'd be cool if like I could just collect them as Poe apps or something.
I could see that too. Like they would, at the end of the movie, there's a QR code that comes on the screen. You scan it, you get your Poe app. It checks that you're in the right location, so you can't like send the Poe app to 1 million people. And it says, I was at the premiere of this movie, or I was there this date to see this movie. And like, that'd be kind of cool. Like, cause I remember I saw some classics in the theater when I was a kid, and it'd be awesome to have like memories from that,
Right. I mean, it's just another aspect of collecting, I guess. Right?
Why wouldn't they? I'm sure all that stuff is in process.
In the works, the works, folks. I know.
We're so early. Like,
you know what? We're giving out ideas. So
I know.
People can run with them.
Yeah, they can. You can run with
listening?
Them. Yeah.
Okay, here's my last idea that I have.
Okay.
An apartment DAO. We pull our money together. Ooh. We buy a whole complex. People can live in it if they want, or we can also rent out the rooms. You can earn, passive income that way.
Wow.
I mean, that would kind of be complicated, but yeah. And you know what? I tweeted it out, and a couple of people DM'd me, and they were like, "Is this something you're doing?" And I was like, "No, I wish. Like, I don't have like the knowledge or resources." And then some people DM me, and they're like, "I'm actually working on this right now," and blah blah. And they're like telling me all this stuff, and I'm like, "Oh shoot! Like, this is actually like people are actually making this happen." So
wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of people working on things behind the scenes.
Love it. Decentralization.
We love to see it.
Yep. Very cool. So what else was going on this week? Gas came back to a bit of a palatable level over the last week or two. Mm-hmm. It got down to as low as like 30 something I think overnight last night in the morning.
30 Gui?
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
Hasn't been that long in a long time.
No, a long time.
Well, because, typically what, 80 to 100 it's ranging?
Yeah, it was
Just
more
casual.
than that. It was hard to get it under 100 for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. But like right now it's sitting at 44.
Wow. Not many people transacting on the Ethereum network.
I guess, or is it like, I don't know. Maybe it's a volume, maybe like more people started the miners because people were making so much money mining. So maybe they opened up more of that. I don't know how it works. Maybe it's all fixed.
Isn't it like the network? Well, I guess I don't know 100% for sure, but isn't it like you're basically paying, like the gas fee is like you paying miners to confirm your transaction on the blockchain. And when the network gets congested and a lot of people are trying to pay the miners to confirm their transaction on the blockchain, the price goes up, obviously, because then it's like, okay, well, we can't do this so quickly. So then it's like, then, that's why whenever like there's like drops and like everyone's trying to like mint at the same time, the network gets like congested and then the price just like skyrockets for gas.
Yeah, right. When it gets crazy like that, I guess I sometimes I feel like it's a bit manipulated, but who knows? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. I don't know. That's just
manipulated. You heard it here first, folks.
Gas is manipulated. Maybe if someone's going to be like, it's absolutely not. We can see every transaction.
It's all transparent. We know
right.
manipulated.
I don't know. It feels like it. Like, come on. They brought it down because
Wait, I was just that just made me think about how when good thing we didn't make this bet. Remember, I was like, I bet you ETH's gonna hit
10,000 by the end of the year. Yeah,
damn it.
Right.
Dang it! Those YouTubers lied to me. The YouTube
next year. Don't worry, it'll be next year.
People.
It'll be next year.
Wow, or not.
Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. You're not. I mean, it could go. Eventually, it'll get to 10,000. I predict, but you never know. Like anything can happen. But it could also go down to 2,500 before it comes back up.
I know. I was thinking. I was like,
it could
honestly. And
don't be shocked, folks.
No, I wouldn't be shocked at all. Yeah. In fact, I'm kind of anticipating it. Like I'm like, you know what? I don't know when, but yeah, I think the price of ETH will go down as well. It'll go up and it'll go down.
Yeah. It's a roller coaster. It's been the whole time. I think somebody said, I think ETH has gone down like 75%, like 3 times in the last 4 years or 5 years or something. So like, don't be shocked. I don't know,
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think crypto is going to head into, here's my question. Some people are saying we're in an NFT bear market right now, or like the beginning of one. Some people say, oh, there's going to be one more rally and then we're going into like a bear market, with crypto and NFTs. What are your thoughts on, the cycles and the state of the market and, where we're headed?
Well, obviously it's a market and things can happen either way. Like, it gets hot and cold for sure. I think people are realizing that most of the Gary Vee's been saying this the whole time, and I've said it. And he actually had a really good podcast this past week with Tom Sachs, and their Props and Drops podcast was really, really good listen. And he talked about it again, and he talked about so right now there's, the NFTs, some of them are doing awesome. Most of them are not.
Right.
Like we expected. He's talked about before, that 99% of these projects just really aren't going to have long-term legs. He says, I can already see the articles written. He said, I don't know if it's going to be April 2022 or June 2023, but there's going to be a time where the articles are saying, look, told you NFTs were a fad.
Yeah.
Just like they did when the internet bubble burst in the early 2000s. When all those websites went under. It's and he says it, in a way, I don't know. I really follow that dude, and I think he knows what he's talking about. I try and trade that way. Like, there's only a few projects that I really want to hold long-term for that reason. You look at the creators, you look who's trying to build for the long-term. Cause there's I'm trying to remember exactly how he said it there's just a lot of creators that they see the buck and they want to come grab it. He said like, he talks to all these people who's down at Art Basel and everyone's like, here for the community and this and that. He says, and I see through it, most people, 90% of the people are here to make money. Like you wouldn't be doing all this if you weren't trying to make money. And like, that's what it's, and it's the truth, for sure. But as far as like the market at this point, like just, there's still tons of money to be made, but there's also tons of money to be lost. Be careful buying and stuff when it already pumps, buy what you like, keep your ear to the ground, be discerning because not everything like I'm on TikTok, I was off it for a long time, but I kind of use it a little bit to settle down at night and TikTok's algorithm knows what you like. So now it's giving me all NFT stuff. And so much of it is garbage. So much of it is like, here's the next Bored Apes or here's the next product that, he's like, these ones are minting next week. They're going to be worth 20,000 to 40,000 each minimum. Like, and it's just, there's a lot of garbage out there that you have to be careful about. Do your own research, whatever you do, people ask me questions about projects all the time, and it's really hard because I don't want to be like, nah, I don't like it. I'll say if I'll be like, it's probably not for me. And I'll give a reason or two, but I don't want to be like, tell somebody I don't like something and then have it be awesome. And then be like, you told me it sucked, like,
hey, but you gotta, but that's okay. Like, cause that's still like your opinion. And it's not like they should completely value what they do based off just one person's opinion.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, like, I agree with you. It's like NFTs are both the future and we're in a bubble, like at the same time, I mean, you're relating it to the inception of the internet. I was just like a kid. So I'm thinking more of like the ICO boom, like in 2017 and, everyone's coming out with a token and everything. And now it's like everyone's coming out with an NFT project. And of course, and I've already, and I recently kind of realized, I was like looking through my OpenSea collection and I was like, wait a minute. And I was looking through and I was like, wow, there's actually a handful of things that literally went to zero. And literally, even I thought, oh, this is going to be good long-term. And it's like, I can literally get one for free. I just have to pay gas right now. Like it's so interesting, but that's like the risk we take while being in here, being in the space. And you're right. There's always going to be money to be made. It's like, maybe the whole 10K 0.08, which I think is just at this point greedy with the amount that ETH has shot up. Like projects should be doing like 0.02, 0.01, like they should make it really affordable these days, especially since there's so much saturation. If you're launching your own project, like make it extremely cheap. That's like, usually people will do something if they, it's like super affordable, but if it's not like some like super great quality type of thing, but yeah, it's like, I think we all kind of recognize that we're in, we're in a very interesting time period for NFTs right now. I think a lot of people, at least the people that have been around for the past, several months, kind of realize the scope of things and that, it's not going to be like this forever, of course. And we're already seeing projects go to zero, and we will continue to see more and more projects go to zero. That doesn't mean that most of them. And
be ready for that.
Be ready for that for sure. And of course, it's like they can still continue to do things with their projects, trading at literally zero. But just know that it doesn't mean that just because they're doing stuff doesn't mean the price is gonna go up, necessarily. Because if most people are here for money, then they're also gonna leave when things aren't as lucrative. Like they're just gonna straight up leave. So, and then it'll just be the people that truly want to be in the space, the builders, the creators, the people that really believe in the technology and want to further things. So there's our speech.
Keep your know what you're doing, invest what you can afford to lose, buy what you like and really do your research.
And there's nothing wrong with just
before.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with just watching from the sidelines. I feel like I've been watching from the sidelines for a while, and for a lot of things too. It's like nothing wrong with just watching and observing and you know learning. And it was like, you know what? It reminded me of when I got into crypto. I literally spent I swear I spent like 1,000 hours like researching before I even bought any. And yeah, I kind of missed. I could have bought for cheaper, but it was like that's what made me feel more comfortable. Like, you know, and sometimes you just, you know, watch from the sidelines, and that's good too because you're learning.
Yeah. The punks floor, the last I looked was 59.25.
Oh shoot! And what's the board ape floor?
51.25.
8 ETH away. We said it. We've been saying it. I mean, everyone's kind of saying it. Honestly, it's the apes' mission is to flip the punks. It's inevitable, and they're so close. Like, there's no way they're not going to flip. Like, they're going to flip. Who knows if they'll flip back? Like, I do kind of believe that they will flip back, but I think that for a period of time, apes will flip punks. Like,
You know, it was funny early on. I was watching the Apes versus Gary V, and that flipped back and forth a bunch of times, like early on. And then
versus his V friends.
V friends is probably at like 10 right now. I haven't looked in a little bit, but it's like 10 ETH or maybe 12 ETH.
Jeez.
So which is great, you know. Which is heck yeah, it is, but no, Bored Apes and Punks is getting close. Like Punks at 59. It's I'm almost. I mean, how low is it going to get? I might snag one at the bottom.
Oh my God, that's my dream to have a punk. Honestly.
I know. I remember you said that. I mean, it's still really expensive. Obviously, 60 ETH is almost $250,000. So you know.
Sheesh. Yeah, that's quite a lot.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah. What else happened? Beeple was on Joe Rogan this week, and that was a really interesting listen. Yep.
Did you listen to that?
I listened to, I piecemealed it. It took me a few days, but I got through it. It was cool. It was good to learn about Beeple. You know, he did $100 million in art last year, not even talking about the secondary market. After he sold his everydays, he bought himself a Toyota Camry. He doesn't know anything about cars or doesn't care about cars.
Toyota Camry.
Yeah, Toyota Camry. I know. He seemed cool though. It was he was authentic. He said something that stuck with me, you know, and it's just true. Like, not that I didn't know it, but he was basically the blockchain and NFTs and having a wallet is not going to be something in 10 years that you're going to be like, oh, I don't want to. It's going to be like email, that you just have to have it. Like, you're going to have to have yourself a wallet, and you're going to be in NFTs. We're just doing, you know, NFTs and blockchain technology is like we've said, is going to be every industry, every contract. It's just art right now because it's just getting going. But it's it's hard to wrap your mind around. But I'm pretty much totally convinced that it's going to transform the way we do pretty much all of our contracts and our mortgages and wills and car deeds and all that. It's just everything, you know.
Yep. The internet's not completely secure. Put that on the blockchain. I feel like it's just easier to think of the blockchain as literally an upgraded version of the internet. You know, it's like a permanent version, a more secure, more efficient, transparent version.
Yep.
You can see everything that happens on the blockchain, which, you know, might eventually cause some problems. So I don't think we've really seen too much problems with the transparency.
No. It's definitely strange because I can look at a project and see how much the people on the team got paid. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. It's like I work for Evaluate Market. Everyone doesn't know how much I make.
Right.
With my salary. Everyone doesn't know that. But it's like you can see.
No, and I've looked because you can look at the contract and see where the money goes.
Paid out. Yeah, where the money sent.
Yeah, It's crazy.
It is. Etherscan. Shout out to Etherscan.
I know Etherscan. Whew, they do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
When are they going to give out a token?
When token? I know.
Yeah, when token Etherscan? Come on,
tokens for everything now.
Are they just going to know I used it a bunch? Right. Everybody. Yeah. We want a token from everybody. Come on, OpenSea.
Yes, OpenSea. Yeah, they ended up making a state because they said, oh, we're gonna I guess they had basically said, oh, we're not releasing a token and we're gonna go public. But then they said, like someone, like, I guess they backtracked and they're like, oh, we didn't say for sure we were gonna go public and that we wouldn't release a token. So I don't know. I don't even know what they're doing, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think they know yet either. They hired that dude Brian Roberts from Lyft, and I think they're trying to figure out what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Do you remember last week we talked about the Doodles, and I was like, oh, I should snag one. It was like it was like 2.4.
Wait, don't tell me it shot up.
It shot up. The next day it was like 3.5, and then it was like 4.25, and I was like, I am such a sucker. Like I was right there, and I should have got it on the episode, like spur of the moment, but I was like, I'm gonna study it, and then it's inching back down. I know, yeah, because I'm an influencer, obviously, so I say something. Yeah, you're right. I don't think so.
Who listens to this podcast?
Farouk, are you out there? What's going on?
Okay, wait, the floor is 3.4.
Yeah, well, it came back down. It shot up to 4.25 a couple of days ago, and it came back down. So I'm watching it again. If it gets into twos, I'm gonna probably be a buyer. I'm also always watching Pixel Vault, the Founders DAO token, the fuck render token.
I thought you already decided you bought one.
I did. I bought one, and then I bought another one. And then it went up, and I sold my second one, and I still have one. But if that comes back in the twos, I might even buy another one of those again.
Wait, see, do you want to do it that looks like you? Because there's a couple good options.
Yeah, one that looks like me. Let's see.
Do you want like kind of like more of like a basic one, or because look at this one. This one's pretty like basic. Like it's just like
one number you got. What number?
8506.
All right, 1 sec. 8506.
You just like chilling. Like
let's see which one you think looks like me.
Not looks like you, but just kind of like, I don't know if you want like the hard eyes and everything.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, maybe you want more.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. The blue hair, little turtleneck. Yeah. I can see that. No, he's cool. 3.6.
Yeah. I wonder why they did why they had a whole run up.
I don't know.
I haven't been following. I know I have a Doodle, but I haven't really been following it too much.
Yeah, I started seeing a couple tweets, and somebody was like, "Doodles are mooning," or saying so.
Yeah, and I know someone tweeted when I saw on Twitter that it was like 40th floor. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is crazy!" Yeah. Oh, by the way, Poopy Cat, I have been keeping him in the loop with his BYO pills, so he's been happy. He's like, "Thank you so much for telling me," because I'm like, "Oh, time to make your craft, time to make your vape, and like your land or whatever." Like, and like he's like, "Oh, happy that I'm keeping him in the loop." So you know what, our Doodle trade is aging well because I'm providing him with the alpha.
Yeah, I was happy to get that land. Thank you. I actually had gotten it, but I appreciate you letting me and Andy know too.
Oh yeah,
that was really nice. Yeah, no, that's a great ecosystem. I think the regular pills are up to like 0.4.
They have been freaking killing it. Like,
yeah, they have.
I unfortunately only have one complete set left, and then I have two of the apostles because my sister kind of like forced me to like take profits. She was like, you need to take profits, like, and I was like,
nothing wrong.
I don't want to sell. And then she's like, just sell your pill. And I sold my second pill and my second vape. So I was kind of sad while I was selling, but it was like also I was like making money, so it was like a good thing. But it's weird because it's like you also feel like this. I don't know. I get like very emotionally attached, especially like with stuff that like I really want. But my sister is really good at like helping me sell stuff when I need to.
It's good to sell. Everybody, you should. Don't hold everything forever. Make some money when you can. Don't. I had 5 full sets. I minted 5 pills, like straight up minted, and never bought any on the secondary. And then I'm down to 2 right now. I have 2 of everything in my collection.
It was kind of a bit of a wake up call when I realized that, there was a lot of projects that literally have gone to 0. And I'm like, well, let me be smart and not, be too risky and, sell some things, take some profits, and just be a little smarter about it. Cause I went through the whole Top Shot. I went through all the way when there was the peak, and I was up a ton, and then I did sell, but then I barely sold. I didn't really sell much, like 5K worth of moments. I have like 50K worth of moments right now, basically. But at the peak, my account value was $200,000. Wow. And I only sold like 5,000 worth. And guess what? I didn't even withdraw it. I put it all back in a couple months later. And
it's like the casino.
And it was like, oh, like I literally should have, and I should have taken some more out. And it's like, of course, it's nice having, my Top Shot moments and all that. But at the same time, I don't want to make the same mistake with Ethereum-based projects. And I want to be able to, be like, okay, took profits. Like I actually withdrew. Yeah. So
totally. Couple other of my projects had news this week. The Smilesssvrs, which I talk about all the time. Wahid, All Smiles.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of that one. They dropped their first blueprint, and it was actually cool. They made it look like Jay-Z's Blueprint album, and it had the You Don't Know song playing like when they made their Twitter post. It's a tiny bit cryptic, but they have some cool stuff on there. They're gonna bring it into AR. They said future 101s from Wahid are going to be exclusive to holders, which is exciting. They're going to have a clothing line and physical art. They're going to have some kind of Smiles Con and also Smiles Palooza. And it says first annual Smiles Con. So they're planning on having one every year, whatever that is, which is really cool. Like that floor, every time it goes down to 0.2, I buy another one. I think I have like 14 or 15 of them at this point. Like I'm a huge fan of that.
What is it at now? Oh, 0.23, I see.
Yeah, 0.23 is it right now? Okay. It shot up to 0.3 when this came out. And then it just inched back down some. I know a lot of the influencers like Farouk has some and Josh Ong has some and like a bunch of the people on Twitter. So I know when it's time for it to get pumped, like those people will do their job and it's I'm so confident. I'm so confident in this project. I have 3 of the silver skin ones where there's only like 1,200. Nah.
I know I've been thinking about getting one but I don't know. But yeah. I don't know. But maybe if I could do a trade, then maybe if anybody listening has a Smilesssvrs and OpenSea.io/Jenny from the blockchain, you see something you want to trade, DM me on Twitter, Jennifer_Sudo.
Not a bad idea.
I'm down for trades.
I like trades. I haven't done them, but that's cool. It's a nice way.
Well, I usually just do them with trusted people, but also you could do like OpenSea that you can trade directly from there. So it's like it's not like you have to really trust the person because you can just do the OpenSea trading. I really need to do this soon. I want to move all of my super valuable NFTs
to a vault.
Like a vault wallet. Just for precautionary measures. I think it would be best. I really need to do that.
That's best practice for sure. And let me run through one more because I know we've been gone for I think a little over an hour now. This is an exciting episode, but Tom Bilyeu and Impact Theory, another one that I talk about all the time. They actually offered, because there were some people complaining that, the floor hasn't gone up and they're questioning how he's managing the project. So he goes, okay, if anybody's unhappy, I will buy back any of your tokens at the price you paid for it. Yep.
Oh, shoot. At the price you paid for it.
Yep. Whatever you paid for it. Yep.
What the heck?
Yep.
So did people do that? People probably did. Right?
I think a lot of people, yeah. And I think some of them are going to get burned, which is good for the project. He'll probably give some out as rewards. He hasn't said exactly what he's going to do with them, but they started that process. You had a form to fill out. You had a form to fill out, and then they said they're going to contact you back and let you know you have to sign an agreement, and they'll refund by the end of the year. Yeah, you're going to be refunded by the end of the year. I didn't want to do any of them, but I had one that I pre-minted at the full price of 3 ETH, and the floor is 1.7. Yeah. I actually felt a little bit bad, but I was like, for 3 ETH, and I claimed that one. I have 4 legendary tokens. So one of them I gave back. The floor is 1.7. So theoretically, when I get the 3, I could buy one back and make it 1.3 ETH, which I may or may not do. But so
you did decide to do that with the legendary one?
Yeah, just that one of my 4 legendaries that I paid, because the other ones I paid one. The other 3 I paid 1.5. This one I paid 3. So he's going to give me back 3 ETH for it. It's $12,000.
Damn.
So, and then I have 2 heroics, and he actually, so everybody that bought the one for 3 ETH, he gave them a free heroic, which was 0.75. And you get to keep that. So like he gave that for free. He's being real nice about it. Like, okay, if you're not happy with what's going on, I'll give you your money back. Like, that's really nice. That's stand up as can be.
Nobody really does that.
That's right. No, that's unheard of him. He's probably going to give back a lot of money. And he said, like, I listened to him speak a lot, and he said things like, I'm going to keep getting better over time. Like what I'm doing right now is not going to be my best effort. Like I'm going to keep adding value to these things. And I'm still really excited for it in the long term. And after this, even more, because I think that's just super stand up. Like, people are complaining. He's like, you don't need to complain. I'll give your money right back. Like,
right.
Yeah. So there's nothing to complain about anymore. Like you had your chance. You had your chance.
I out the complainers.
Right. Yeah. And then even, and if somebody complains in a month, be like, I gave you a chance. Like,
right.
Yeah. But I respect him a lot. A little bit with the podcast, believe it or not, we've actually been in contact. He was on the Clubhouse, I said, and we may or may not, hopefully, if anybody from his orbit is listening, we want to have him. We may be able to have him on the podcast as one of our first guests next year. I don't want to throw anything out too early, but I think it sounds like it's a good possibility. And since him and I have spoken a couple times, so yeah.
I was also thinking that it would also be cool to have, maybe we can like have some type of Google sheet or something that our listeners can fill out, like requests on, what, maybe who's the most popular guest that people would want us to have on. Like, okay, that would kind of be cool as well. We'll get some people we want on and stuff. It would also be cool to hear, from our listeners, like who would they want on the pod? Yeah. And maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some type of way we can.
Yeah, we can absolutely do a Google form and let people, they could ask questions and say who they want to have. Like, I think that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Stay tuned, folks.
We have a big 2022 plan. This podcast is going places. You guys are here first. We appreciate it for sure.
Maybe we'll come out with a roadmap or something.
Yeah. Andy mentioned that a couple times.
Yeah. Talk about what our plans are. All right. Yeah, we should wrap this up. You got to do the.
Yeah, let's do it real quick. Wow. Number 1 above Axie Infinity is Clone X from Artifact.
Oh, shoot.
For 7 days by a lot, 138 million in sales versus 60. Clone X crushes it. ADIDAS is number 3. The Artifact Clone X Mint Vial is number 4. So they're 1 and 4, and ADIDAS. So like, wow, like this, the brands are taking over in that respect. CryptoPunks, Bored Apes, Sandbox, NanoPass, which I actually saw that going down, but I didn't study really what it was. Same with My Pet Hooligan. Those are 8 and 9. And then number 10 is the Mutants.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a bunch of different.
What a leaderboard list.
Pepsi's number 17. Doodles is 13. Top Shot is 12. The Jadu hoverboard. It's my boy. It's my buddy Trippy. Jadu hoverboard number 22. How about that? Congratulations to them.
Well, there we go. There you have it, folks. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I guess you can call it a holiday special. We hope you all have a great holiday, and we will catch you in the next episode. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the NFT Catcher podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something new about the exciting world of NFTs. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you really love what you're hearing, please leave us a rating and review on your favorite platform. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news and insights from the NFT space, be sure to follow us on all the socials at NFTCatcherPod. You can follow Jennifer at Jennifer_pseudo and Michael at NFTicket. I'm your producer, Andy, and I'm at AJC254. Our theme song's by It's Just Los. We always appreciate your feedback and support, which helps us reach more people and bring you informative and engaging content about NFTs. We look forward to bringing you more great NFT content in future episodes. Thanks for listening. Peace.